and we only had 150,000 ringgit. I think a lot of you will have more than 150,000 ringgit in your accounts today. But a 30-year-old organization was sitting with 150,000, and we might give loan to maybe one student in a year. And we call ourselves proudly a foundation. Banda, that's the word. But today, so I went in there, I made a lot of changes, I told a few people to leave. They were very upset. There was this young fellow coming in. At that time I was young, unfortunately. Or fortunately. So, what is this young guy trying to do? Changing this whole landscape here. I said, we need to change. Otherwise, another 30 years, we'll be sitting with 150,000 ringgit. We reorganized the foundation. I went all over the country. I think we have helped about 500 students till today in tertiary education. I left as the president in January this year. We had about 6 million ringgit. We are now working on a big project. I'm still not there, but I'm no more there, but I still help as a director. So you need to balance your life, ladies and gentlemen, in business. I mean, it's a great roadmap. I mean, it's fantastic entrepreneurship. But entrepreneurship is just not entrepreneurship alone just because you're successful. You need to manage your success. You need to give when you have to give. You know, a lot of us, we forget. When we get successful, we stop giving, we don't do this, we don't do that. So life is a very complete thing. Life is a very complete thing. I'm not telling you to give when you don't have, but when you have, there are people who don't give. And that's not acceptable. You know, because you need to help. I helped vendors in the rail business. Some are now even competing with me. And I like that. Because I can proudly say, a guy who didn't know railway is now competing with me. But of course, I've moved a few steps. I've gone into airports and all of that. So I think life, entrepreneurship, is a very complete thing. It's just not one. You know, it's 2, 3, and 4. So this is what I wanted to say about entrepreneurship. And please have this in mind. Nothing is impossible. You know, when I used to travel in the Sri bus company those days, I think those days we used to have an express bus from KL to Klang. I used to look at all the cars that overtake this bus when we were going up the Batiga hill, and I said to myself, one day I must drive one of these cars, but unfortunately I still drive a Proton today. I think I'm a very patriotic Malaysian, so I drive a Proton. But I used to dream, I must have a Mercedes. Those days the famous cars were the Volvo 240, Alfa Romeos, you know, I used to dream. And I said, I want to have that. My mother says, don't dream anymore, because now they associate you with jets. So I've gone even further than the cars, but I don't own them. But again, it's perception, you know. A lot of people say, Ravi, you own jets. I said, no. We are in a company that owns jets. Perception. You also must know how to have this perception thing done, you know, because you have to get people to perceive of you, you know. I think just now GK was saying, கையில 20 வெள்ளி எல்லாரும் இல்ல கையில 20 வெள்ளியோட கோட்ல போய் உட்கார்ந்துக்கிட்டு அந்த கோட் அந்த ரோப்ஸ் எல்லாம் போட்டுக்கிட்டு ஒரு அதுவும் ஒரு பந்தாட்டம். You learn, that's the strategy, you know. You got to learn, you got to be smart. A lot of people are working hard in us and we are not getting anywhere because hard work just doesn't pay you. My father worked very hard. When he left his company, I think they gave him one silver watch, you know. Hard work, morning till night. Of course he saved all of us, otherwise I may not be standing here today talking about my life. But hard work alone is not good enough. Today's world has changed so much. You got to be on your toes, quick, think differently, you know. So someone came to me and said, Ravi, would you like to build an airport in Indonesia? I said, sure, why not? You know, not that I'm a great airport operator. I've only been in this business from 2009. The Prime Minister opened the airport in 2009. But today people are asking me, hey, can you build airports in Indonesia? Can you build airports in Calicut in India? Why? It's the perception. You've got to make people believe that you can do things. Of course, you've got to deliver as well. This, I think, is missing in a lot of us. You know, we are frightened, we can't take risks, but yet, you want to have the cake. You can't have the cake and eat it if you have all these problems in your life. Family one, business one, you have to do charity, you do it, and manage your success as well. Because sometimes when we get money, we lose our head. We go gaga, we go haywire, you know. So I think these are basic things of an entrepreneur, you know. And I want to tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, before I leave today. Sagodara, sagodharigale. Unnal nenital mudiyum tambinu. Right? It's, you know, what's your Pastime, people ask me. You know what's my pastime? I listen to all these old Tamil songs. My children don't understand some of this, but I said, it's okay, it doesn't matter, because you are not in the age to understand this. But, you know, this is my pastime. You know, my car, my office is full of all these songs. You know, I listen. It keeps reminding me, you know, and we never should forget the way we came. We always forget. You know, when we have some money, we forget. We do all kinds of things. Never forget the route that you came. That route is so important. You know, you need to have values in life. And these are values. Values, if you have the right values, you work smart, any one of you in this room. I'm sure a lot of us are already, I mean, there's a lot of millionaires in this room sitting here in this audience. I hear that some of us sitting outside as well. I tell you, it's a fantastic journey to be in business. It's just that you need to choose. I mean, just look at that lady in Merlimau. The break that she got, she cried because she would have never expected that to happen in her life, I think. You know, but she cried. She's so thankful that somebody did this for her. You know, I mean, we were not so lucky then. You know, now there's Pamandu. I wish I knew Ravi long time ago. You know, so at least I would have got something from Pamandu. But it doesn't matter. We did it without Pamandu. With Pamandu, we should do it even much, much better, right? Because there's an opportunity given to all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I like to leave you with this. A quick story of what I do. I started with selling books. I went to lubricants. I even sold for a short while Crompton Grief fans from India. You know, nothing stops me. If you have decided in your mind you want to succeed, don't go and do crimes, you know. They have white collar crimes and all. Please don't do that. But anything outside that, I think we can do. You know, so anything is possible. Like Dato Muniadi said, he also started with selling newspapers. So what? You don't have to feel shy. You feel proud about it because you have done it my way. They say, you know, that famous song that Tun Mahathir even used to sing, you know. I did it my way. That's it. We all have different ways of doing it. So all I want to tell you is, every one of you, some of you may have come here to listen to success stories. Some of you may have come here to say, hey, I want to hear what these guys have done. We are not heroes, let me tell you this. I mean, I know the title is heroes, but we're not heroes. We're just any human being like all of you here. You know, hero is when you act in the Bollywood and the Kollywood. We are not heroes. We are just simple human beings who can do this. I know there's a doctor who's going to talk after this, the doctor who's thought out of the box. So many million doctors have come from Manipal and Karnataka. Why did this doctor do it differently? Thinking differently. That's what it is. So I think with this, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's lunchtime. I'd like to thank all of you for listening to my story. And I think it was not a story that I was going to tell. What I was telling you is, we too can do. You too can do if you thought differently. With this, thanks once again. And let's go for lunch, baby. Yeah?
Before that, thank you, Tachi, for sharing